Hey, Dark Horses, welcome back. We're working on something a little different today. We've been teaching Daily Riva Guard this week, and we thought we'd just kind of dig into it. What we saw, what we liked, what we didn't like, anything we changed, any mistakes we saw, their patterns of mistakes, and how we can address it, and whatever else we come up with. So buckle up. It may be a bumpy ride, but let's get started.
Yeah. And then, as always, let us know. If this is helpful for you, shoot us a comment. If this is not helpful for you, shoot us 2 comments and let us know why. Yeah, so if, we're here for you. So if it's useful, we're going to keep going. But yeah, we were getting into Daily Riva. And so it's listed on the curriculum as new school guard concepts. And I think Daily Riva is a great entry point for new school guard, and honestly, I don't even think of it as new school.
Daily Riva is not new school.
No, certainly not.
Berimbolo is.
Sure. I've been using the term high concept all week. And it's a high concept guard. And it's got a lot of moving pieces. It's got a lot of there's things going on. It is complicated, but
it's so hard to control at first.
Yeah.
Framing it as high concept is probably a really good idea. Yeah. You get to it, and then they just pass, and you're like, well, the hell? That Daily Riva thing doesn't work. Oh, yeah, it does. Mistakes? Patterns we saw?
So I think you kind of hit it, right? Setting it up is the hardest part. And so I saw, over the course of the week, lots and lots of different variations of goofiness with the hook, the Daily Riva hook itself. I think the most common one I saw was squeezing, was pressing the knee too far in.
From where?
So, right, as we have the hook on the outside of the knee, right, we want some outside motion with the knee, right, to keep the hooking. I saw a lot of people squeezing their knee in towards their center.
Own hook.
Yeah,
there's a little squeeze. There's a little bit of inward pressure.
Yeah. Yeah. So
a little bit here.
Yeah, I want to turn that just a little bit. Yeah. Right? And in an extreme case, right, I can even really pull the heel or pull my knee up towards the top of my head and get some of that. But I never really want to go past my center line or even all the way to my center line with this outside hook, because then I'm going to lose the hooking piece.
Yeah. Yeah. You got to keep the Daily Riva hook.
Yes.
Otherwise you're doing something else.
Cool.
The thing that I saw over and over again is kind of an ongoing pattern, is them not keeping the ankle long enough when they're going to the back, which means they're not going to be able to get to the back. I think they get around behind it. They get all excited and they're like, there's the back, I can see it, I want to go for it. And then the technique falls apart. So, which kind of ties into slow is smooth, smooth is fast. Don't be in a rush, especially when you're learning a technique, forcing yourself to slow it down, right? Half the speed you think you want to do, maybe a quarter even. And then making sure you're repeating all of the pieces that the professor or whoever taught you, or as precisely as you can. And some of them are really counterintuitive.
Yeah.
And the ankle, holding onto that ankle until you're going to the crab ride. That moment when you go into the crab ride is when you let go of the ankle, but not before.
Yeah. Yeah. I noticed very similar. And I think that we were talking about earlier, this week was a big one for me to emphasize not doing a partial technique, right? Making sure you've got 2 hands involved in your technique, 2 feet involved in your technique. Make sure that, right?
What you said earlier was you were asking people if they were doing 75% of the technique.
Right?
That was pretty good.
3 out of 4, no good.
Yeah. The other hand can't always be doing something. So maybe what we need to do is show them some more options for what that other hand can be doing. Like if they can't get a hold of the sleeve, the far sleeve, they can go to the near sleeve. Near sleeve's good. The belt is really good. right? Even if they can't get the belt, maybe the jacket's over it, they can grab the jacket, they can grab the pant. Then grab the collar.
Do you have a preference for if your partner postures up super high, like the superstar style?
The preference for an attack.
So for your grip, right? So there you've got 3 touches out of 4, right? If I'm keeping my hands far away from you, how do you like to employ that hand to get it back?
Oh, and we didn't even talk about this. You can grab the belt. Come here.
Belt, all right, love
You
it.
can grab the belt. You can grab the collar, right? You can grab the near sleeve. You can grab the far sleeve. This one is one of the very best grips for this other hand, for sure.
My favorite.
But it's also a lot harder to get, especially if you've done it to someone once. They're going to really, really insist that you can't have it, and they're not going to let you get it back, right? You can grab the belt, which is what we were doing all week, right? Grabbing around to the side, a little bit around behind, because if you reach in front, they'll slap it away, yeah? If their belt's tight, I like to grab the belt, for sure. I think otherwise, if they're standing up high, then I start scooting around behind them. I make them counter me rather than trying to fight for something they're not giving me.
Okay. Yeah, sounds good.
What do you prefer when they stand up tall?
You know what? If I lose my grips completely, I switch. Coming in, right? And if I lose the sleeve, and if order, I can't get your belt, I can't nothing. Yeah, so I absolutely will get my other hand involved, and I'm just gonna switch my formation up here. So I'll drop this guy to the floor and use it as a post. Come for that single.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, if my if it's just absolutely can't do anything.
That is a time when I go to the deep De La Riva hook. I know you have some reservations about it, even though you use it. If I can't get the grips, if I can hook that far hip, then I can start attacking.
Yeah, it's a good one too if you don't have a good grip. Using the hand off the floor to help elevate your hips into the deep hook, belly facing the opposite direction their belly is facing.
Yeah.
You can get. I recommend that too for folks with shorter legs.
Yeah.
That they like bridge essentially into their
all the way up onto one shoulder, right? So they're like, let's look at that. I'll show the way I like to do it, and you can show the way you like to do it, but with no other grips. I have a hold of the ankle. I can push off of the hip, and I get all the way up onto my shoulder. Square up with me just a little bit more. All the way up onto my shoulder here, so I can hook that far hip. Like that. And now they're going to have to do something, right? Because I'm looking at their back. Yeah. If they really fight to square up, then I'll go to the X here, so I can start gathering their sleeves. Doing that, I've been calling it Puppet Master, but whatever this is called, De La X, maybe. Anyways, but if they don't, you can grab the skirt, you can grab the pant, you can grab the belt, and move into the crab ride.
Let's see. Switch your feet actually. So I'm weaving with my good leg.
Yeah.
So
I got my stance and I start thinking about it.
Yeah. Sometimes I'll use this off the floor to help me get that bridge.
Yeah, let's see that. Yeah. So that's exactly what I mean for the first one. There's a little hand on the mat. Let me try that.
Yeah. And up we go.
Hook up high at the hip. The higher the better. Right that knee if you spread wide. My legs just aren't long enough, right? But I can still hit your hip. And so I've still locked you into a position where I have back exposure. So while we were there, would you stand up for me? I had a question about the back step. If they back step over your knee, yeah. They can sit down, start looking for a knee bar or whatever, right? But really, and you were talking about going in the back, but really you can defend it just by keeping this knee behind their knee. So as they backstep, just here, right?
Yeah.
There's no way they're going to be attacking the knee bar. And you can switch to the grabber ride. So what was the thing you were having the students do today, this week?
So just super duper simple. Coming into my daily Riva, and if they're not attached to the front of this foot, I have them attached to the top of that foot. So you're going to back step in as you come to square with me. Then you back step. No matter what you do, I'm always keeping that foot attached and in the fight.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that kind of goes back to that same like 75% thing. And don't let them eliminate a whole limb from your attacking options.
Excuse me.
Yeah. Let's see. So we're working on the baby bolo, squaring up.
Attaching it to connecting daily. We can connect daily Riva to the broader open guard jiu-jitsu world, like all the other things you can start getting into.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Stand up for me. Let's see. So we've been looking at ball and chain this week, where when they try to stuff your foot, you pull your knee to your chest, you grab the sleeve, you kick, and you can sit up and grab this. You can sit up and pass the sleeve off, all right? But you can also put your foot in the hip, so you have a dayless spider. You could go to a full spider guard here, all right? Or you can go to low guard here, grabbing the pant, bring your leg in, extending overhead, all right? Low guard. Boom. If I have daily Riva, they stuff my foot maybe a little too slow and they start to knee slice. You can switch to reverse daily Riva here. The other hook is going inside out. And then foot on the hip, stopping their forward motion. And as they move forward, it starts to tighten up, right? Where you're standing before, it just kind of feels like my feet are in a position. But as he drives forward, they lock into place. Yeah, right here. So this is reverse daily Riva. Even from reverse daily Riva, you can go to sleeve and collar, right? Here. What else? You like to go to worm guard.
I do like worm a lot. Daily Riva with a lasso is fire.
Oh, I'm playing my daily Riva. He yanks that hand out, so instead I grab a kimono, give it a stretch and sit up. Start playing my worm. Or even better,
Daily Riva with the lasso?
yeah, daily Riva with a lasso is awesome. It's coming in.
Well, yeah, that feels awful.
I've got all my good sweeps, and I've got way more options up top. Their posture's already down. Great control.
One of the things I do all the time from daily Riva guard, I never mean to do it, and it happens all over and over again. And we looked at it just a second ago a little bit. And there's probably, daily X or Puppet Master or whatever. I think it happens a lot. I don't even know. It's just I just end up there all the time. Hooking their far left, deep daily Riva hook, and either Xing on their feet, or I have one sleeve, and then when they try to deal with the deep daily Riva hook, yeah, it works standing. So maybe I have this sleeve, but as they try to push that one off, yeah, I get the other sleeve. Kind of Xing my feet on the far leg, and then you can sweep either direction. You can kind of tomonage here, but I end up here all the time with no intention to do so. Which is, it's a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
You have a different name for that?
I don't.
Puppet Master? Daily X? You guys decide. All right, daily Hiva guard. Some options. Make sure you keep that ankle long enough. Put it into your repertoire. You basically have to know a little daily Hiva guard if you're gonna train jiu-jitsu. Like, comment, subscribe, whatever it is that you can do. Where you're watching this, share it with a friend. Help get the word out. Anything else from me, Professor?
No. It's a fun week.
For Professor Charles, should it be Professor X? Should it be Giraffe Crab? Should it be Bag of Antlers? What else? Have you had any other nicknames throughout the years?
Venom.
Venom. Professor X or Venom, really. The other ones are just like funny ones. Professor X or Venom. All right. See you next time.